is shaping up to be a monumental cinematic achievement. It's the culmination of 10 years of Marvel Studios, with this and serving as a finale. Characters will meet for the first time, storylines will be wrapped up, and heroes will die tragically. As if that wasn't enough reason to get excited, recently, star Anthony Mackie teased a specific sequence that sounds absolutely insane. A scene like the one he described would be enough to anchor a whole movie. But based on a variety of sources, there are a whole bunch of other scenes that should be equally crazy. Here are the scenes that will almost certainly happen in and that fans can't wait to see, leading up to the one we're more excited about. 7. Thanos as the Asgardians and/or Xandar. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige recently revealed that within the first 5 minutes of people will understand why Thanos is the biggest and baddest villain in the history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so apparently, he's going to do something fairly menacing right off the bat. There are basically two realistic possibilities. The most likely is that the movie opens with Thanos ing many, or all, of the Asgardians. After all, as credits scene showed Thanos' ship arriving to confront the remaining Asgardians. He's there to get the Space Stone, which is contained in the Tesseract. In the trailer, we see Loki stepping over bodies and seemingly handing the Tesseract to someone. And in the footage showed at Comic-Con, Thor flies through space and lands on the Guardian's ship, therefore, could open with Thanos ing all of the Asgardians, Loki giving the Tesseract to Thanos, and Thor being thrown into space. If so, this will be a game-changing sequence and an epic way to establish the stakes. Another option is that the movie will open with Thanos slaughtering the people of Xandar, which is where the Power Stone is located. That scene is likely to happen in the film, but it's just a question of whether it's the opening. Either way, considering the villains in the Marvel have generally been a letdown, fans can't wait to see Thanos being terrifying. Spider-Man: Homecoming. Infinity War 6. Spider-Man uses the Iron Spider's arms at the end of Tony Stark presents Peter with a brand new suit as part of his invitation into the Avengers. Peter declines the invitation and therefore does not end up using it. But that suit is significant for comic book fans. It's the Iron Spider suit, which has a variety of cool features, including yellow spider arms that come out of it. It seems that there's going to be a big moment when Peter uses the suit for the first time, paying off the tease from the end of. He's wearing it in the trailer, so this won't exactly be a surprise. What will be more of a surprise, though, is Peter using the suit's spider arms. After all, a bunch of toys recently leaked, and one of them shows the Spider-Man suit with the yellow arms sticking out of it. 5. Thanos gets all the stones and unleashes hell will differ from the comics in a lot of ways. But Marvel often likes to incorporate iconic scenes from the source material into there, such as when the Russo brothers recreated an exact shot for the 2016 movie. If a scene from the comics is to be recreated there's one obvious one that could result in a jaw-dropping moment in cinema history. In the comic, there's a point at which Thanos has obtained all of the Infinity Gems, and he is, therefore, all-powerful. So in one scene, he simply snaps his fingers, and by doing so, he destroys half of all life in the universe. Some fans even think that this could be the end of the movie. There will be a massive cliffhanger with Thanos snapping his fingers and ending billions of people, including several of the Avengers. Even if the finger-snapping doesn't happen specifically, it's quite likely that Thanos will get all the stones by the end of the film and use them in some grand way. If done correctly, this could become, without contests, the most stunning moment in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. 4. The Avengers meet the Guardians of the Galaxy. It was surreal to see all of these characters who had existed in separate come together on screen. We're about to get that feeling again, after all, they have been a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But so far, they've basically occupied their own space, with the only connection being that Thanos and the Infinity Stones are present. However, the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to meet the Avengers. This gets teased in the trailer with Thor asking the Guardians who they are. But there are so many other interactions we can't wait for. How is Tony Stark going to get along with Peter Quill? Will Groot hang out with Korg? What unexpected bromances might emerge after 4 years of seeing these characters in their own blockbusters? Their union on screen together will be quite satisfying. 3. The reunion of Iron Man and Captain America. It was heartbreaking to see Iron Man and Captain America at each other's throats but that's only going to make it all the more gratifying when they come together again. It's pretty clear that this is going to happen. Take a closer look at the movie's trailer and you'll notice that in one scene, Tony Stark is holding a flip phone. This is the phone that Steve Rogers gave him at the end of telling him to use it to call if he ever needs anything. So this either indicates that Tony has forgiven Steve, or that the threat of Thanos forces them to put aside their differences. Either way, we can't wait to see Iron Man and Captain America come back together again years after and hope they forgive one another for what happened. 2. Drax confronting Thanos over the death of his wife and daughter. In the original, Drax is a man who is on a quest for vengeance. Ronan the Accuser had his wife and daughter, and by the end of that first film, Drax got his revenge. However, he noted that Ronan was just a puppet of Thanos, and therefore this is who he must next. Now, 4 years later, Drax is going to have that opportunity in. A leaked scene posted online a few months ago showed Drax getting ready to confront Thanos. This happens during a sequence in which Thanos is interrogating the Collector about the location of the Reality Stone. Gamora and Peter Quill try to stop Drax from going to Thanos, but he keeps moving towards the villain when the leaked scene cuts off. It's unclear how the scene will conclude and whether Drax is prevented from confronting Thanos entirely or whether he tries to Thanos but is unsuccessful. Either way, after dealing with Drax's grief over his wife and daughter, seeing him have a chance to take on Thanos is what we've all been waiting for. 1. An insane scene with 40 characters in it. There's apparently going to be a totally bonkers scene with literally 40 superheroes in it. That was revealed by Mackie, who said, "There was one day we were on set and we're doing this scene that's in the trailer where we're all running to battle. You know, all of us are on set and it's like 40 superheroes." He's apparently referring to the scene in the trailer where the Avengers are running into battle. But in the trailer, we only see 8 heroes we know. According to Mackie, the movie's version of this scene is actually much more extensive, featuring more heroes, including Spider-Man and the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's possible that Marvel edited the shot in the trailer as not to give anything away. It's certainly done that before. Back in, fans got chills when they saw a shot of the 6 Avengers standing in a circle. So just imagine what it's going to be like to see 40 superheroes all assembled together in. The crowd is going to go wild.